You've got to prove what you're making is cool. You've got to prove what you're making is impactful. And I think that's what I've done.
The world of work is changing. There are now more ways than ever to make a living, mostly thanks to the internet. In New Money, we take a look inside these new lucrative digital industries.
I found out on my birthday, actually. I got a phone call from them. They were like, we'd like to write you a check.
In this episode, I meet a 16-year-old who's just launched a new AI company and scored a $1 million investment from Silicon Valley.
It's where I came up with it. It's where I built most of it too.
Toby Brown is the creator of AI platform Beam, and he did it from his family home in London, where he lives with his parents and his brother.
Steve Jobs is kind of my primary hero. They made computers easier to use. They made phones easier to use. We're trying to do the same thing for AI. I built my own kind of version of ChatGPT, and I really realised that the interface wasn't the right way to be interacting with it. So that's kind of where the idea for Beam was born.
And you say that you kind of came from you creating your own version of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You say that very casually, but I think a lot of people watching this will be like, whoa, this guy's 16 years old, how does he know how to do that?
I started coding when I was 7. I built these kind of mini maths games to teach me how to, learn my times tables and stuff like that. It kind of just progressed from there. I basically just did a bit of Googling, figured out how to do it, and I did that.
Toby has now secured a $1 million investment for Beam from Silicon Valley and is even spending some time out in California this year. He's delayed doing his GCSEs to do this, although he's still doing his classes on the side. What did your mates make of it all?
They were pretty shocked by it. I made the mistake of kind of not telling them early enough, and so my last week of school was pretty mental. But no, they've been really proud. I think a lot of them were kind of expecting it, but no, they've been really lovely about it, which has been nice. It's less so about the AI. I mean, I realised it was a technology we could use.
I wanted to find out what Toby's family make of all this, so we caught up with his dad. So when Toby comes to you recently and says, I've got an email from the States, they want to give me this money or this investment, what was your reaction?
First of all, we were blown away, right? It's amazing. I mean, what a great story. So yeah, first of all, hugely impressed. Then of course, nervousness, right? Like any parent. It's moving on from kind of normal teenage years to something pretty serious pretty quickly. And of course, you as a parent, you feel protective towards that as well. But what a great opportunity. It would be wrong for us to stand in the way of this. These opportunities don't come around every day. So yeah, we're just massively excited for it, with trepidation.
Toby's story is pretty unique. It's certainly not the kind of thing 16-year-olds are normally up to. He's using that $1 million to hire a team of people, and he'll also spend some more time in the US trying to get even more investments.
You've got to prove what you're making is cool. You've got to prove what you're making is impactful, and I think that's what I've done.
Have you had any challenges with potential investors, things like that, and how have you convinced them that, hey, no, forget about the age thing, this is just the product?
You've got to take them out of the box that you're 16. You've got to create this notion where what we've built is incredible, what we're building is incredible, the vision's incredible, and it just happens the person who's come up with this idea is 16.
New technology has allowed all of this to happen. Now, young people can learn these key skills to get into these massive industries from a young age in their bedroom. And that is what has allowed stories like Tobys to actually happen.
I think, what we've already done with technology is incredible. 20 years ago, none of this would have been possible. Now it is. I think anyone of any age can do incredible things.